Help support our coverage with a free account on Privacy, the service that keeps your bank information private when shopping online. Get $5 right now to try the service at plughitzlive.com/privacy.
Hey, Danielle here with PLUGHITZ Live. We're at CES 2019 at the Cerwin Vega Mobile booth. Hi, can you please introduce yourself for me?
My name is Larry Frederick. I'm product development.
All right, and you designed a lot of the stuff here?
I design every product here.
Great. Can you tell me about this beast in front of us?
This is a 12-inch woofer. This is a series called VMAXX. This is an older series we used to make 15 years ago. It was very popular, and we stopped making it about 12 years ago. It was very popular, but we had a problem with the frame, so we stopped building it. And now everybody on social media is like, hey, how come you don't bring back the VMAXX? It was our most popular woofer. You really need to bring it back. And we're like, okay, we'll bring it back. Quit beating on us. So, hey, bring it back. So we're bringing it back bigger and better than ever.
So you fixed all the kinks and now it's back on the market?
Yeah, right now, one of the things we did is I wanted to bring back the VMAXX on steroids. So I wanted it to be a much heavier duty, better 21st century version. Because a lot of our woofers, since we've been in business over 60 years, are from old technology. All woofers are based on a patent from 1936 by James B. Lansing. So all woofers are based on the same basic technology. So what's happened is you take the technology and do more things with it. So a lot of times the problem is consumers think that if the magnet is bigger, that it's better. And that's not always true, if I can get this to them. So you got to be careful. Magnet means something, but not everything. Although this magnet is 140 ounce, so it's a very large magnet. But the reason is because it has what's called a 3-inch voice coil. How big the voice coil determines the power. So when someone says I make a 1,000-watt woofer and it has a 1.5-inch voice coil, liar, liar, pants on fire, hang on. You have to break out the bullet card and go, yeah, you can't get there from here. Nice try. Like you a lot, but physics, no, can't do that.
So what you're telling me is you have a whole bunch of those bullshit cards in your pocket.
I print thousands a year, yes. Trust me, I can pass out a lot of them. Because people think that there's something magical going on, and there's nothing magical going on. With a woofer, it's how much cone area, how much X-max, that's why there's this big surround. How far does it move, okay? And that's one of the reasons why we stitch it. Because the problem, if this thing moves a lot, it can tear out the surround, right? So you have to have a big spider, if you'll hold that down. So you need a big spider, if you can grab that frame. So you need a big spider, which is this. You need a lot of air cooling, because the problem is heat is what kills woofers. When people talk about, I blew up my woofer, nobody blows up woofers, okay? They don't like launch out or... No, they don't do that. What happens is that amplifiers produce AC voltage. So if I have AC voltage going through thin copper wire, which is a voice coil, so think of a toilet tissue tube with really small copper wire. Well, if I put AC voltage on a little dinky copper wire, it gets really hot. Well, if you heat it up and heat it up and heat it up, it unglues itself. So what we're doing is everything you can do to keep it cool, so you vent the pole piece. We vent the voice coil, which again is a very large voice coil, to get the heat off the voice coil. If I can get the heat off the voice coil, the speaker will live, because people are crazy. You know, they think, well, I have a 500-watt amp and a 500-watt woofer, therefore I'll never blow off the woofer. I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way. It's kind of like if you bought a brand new Corvette Z7. You bought it, drove it around for an hour, you bring it back to the Chevy dealer and say, hey man, the car ate the tires off. It wasn't me doing donuts for an hour. It was the car that did it. Right, got it. So woofers are a lot that way. So you got to remember, power handling isn't quite what you think it is. I always teach in my seminars that whatever the RMS power, this is 850 watts RMS, 1700 watts max, you want twice the RMS power rating, because I can always turn it down, I can't turn it up. So if I have more power, I have less distortion, which means I have a higher possibility of not blowing the woofer up. So it all depends on, so bigger isn't always better, be careful. Cone area is important and X-max is important.
Can you tell me a little bit about the rating of these woofers?
Well, this is 850 watts RMS. Power is a function of AC volts. Remember we talked about amplifiers. So At some point, this speaker reaches XMAX, meaning how far it moves. So once we reach XMAX, meaning it's linear travel, there ain't no more. So if you keep hooking up more and more power, exceeding the excursion of the woofer, then it's a waste of time. So what you now have is a room heater, because now you have AC voltage heating up a voice coil and it's not doing anything. So if you really want to play louder, you got to go bigger. Bigger cone, more XMAX, bigger magnet, because voice coils get bigger. As voice coils get bigger, you need bigger. So it's a game. It's always a game. It's like building a car. If you build a hot rod, you build this hot rod, LT1 engine, supercharged, blah, blah, blah. You drive it, you blow up the transmission. You're like, so you put a bigger transmission in. You drive it, now you blow the rear end. God. So you put zoom gears on it, and now you take it off, and then the tires spin off the rims. You're like, Jesus. So you go bolt the tires to the rim, which they do in drag racing. They literally bolt because it will literally spin off the rim. So woofers are like that. At some point, something will break. So you can keep pushing it, but there's diminishing returns. So don't always look for the biggest magnet. It doesn't really mean what you think it means. And RMS power ratings are all dependent on who's saying it, who's really telling you what's going on. So it's always better to deal with a real company that tells you the truth, which is kind of handy. Because I'm the physics guy. I'm the guy that goes, look, man, this is how it works. There's no fairies, no pixie dust, no unicorns. It works a certain way. So as long as we deal with the laws of physics, we're good. So do not go past go, okay?
And since you're a design guy, can you tell me your favorite design aspects of these woofers?
I would say power handling and endurance. The other thing we do to these woofers and on the voice coil, to make the voice coils last longer, I do what's called black coating. And we black coat every woofer we make on the voice coil because it adds 50 to 100 watts RMS free power handling. So again, the problem is people melt them. So anything I can do to keep the voice coil from melting helps the speaker. So everything, even our cheapest woofers, I black coat the voice coil. Our most expensive, everything. So keeping them alive is the most important thing.
Can you tell me about the price points?
Price point on this, I think this is going to be it's going to be $249, $279 retail. Yeah.
And where can our viewers go to find out more about these products?
CerwinVegaMobile.com.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. For continuing CES 2019 coverage, stay tuned to plughitzlive.com/CES.